How's it going, everyone? From the Loser Squad podcast. We're here without our boy Craig. He's busy right now. I'm your host, LifeTimeVibes, also on SoundCloud and YouTube. You got our boy Roy, Somber Station, not SoundCloud, YouTube. And got Prince Computer. Hello. How's it going, Prince?
Hi, it's going well.
Y'all gonna say what y'all on? Because I forgot.
Oh yeah, I'm on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Deezer, iTunes until it closes. Pandora, Amazon Music.
Damn.
Oh shit, he's on everything actually. So
I'm on everything. Just look my name up, I'll show up.
He's on Google, Google.com.
It's on Google Play Music.
Google Play, but also Google.com.
Also Google.com.
When you search up Google.com, it's just your music that comes up.
Not so sure about that one.
I mean, possibly. we'll put a link to all that shit in the description.
Of course.
Probably not Google.com, but he's a hip hop artist. He's a sad boy, and he's got some sick ass he's got a dope ass style. He's got the whole half and half like green and black thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you flatter me.
Check him out. He's pretty cute. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Check me out on Instagram at prince.computer.
Prince.computer.
Ladies holler at me. I need a goth queen.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got
goth
dumped so
queens
fucking
listen
hard,
to our
like, 6 months
podcast.
ago.
Damn.
Not yet. But
I mean,
before we started recording, by accident, without even thinking about it, we just had a long, giant conversation about Tyler, the Creator, and album, like just music in general.
Yeah,
we should have had
podcast
that
material that we didn't add.
Yeah.
We were talking about like his influence and like, well, I don't know,
How
like, we
he
can kind
can
of boil it down.
change the world of hip hop and all that sad boy shit.
Yeah.
Well, like I was talking about like how internet rappers like didn't exist before Odd Future. They like
course.
completely started the internet wave, and then like the modern hip hop landscape is so character oriented, right? So like him being this like bombastic, funny, relatable guy like fed into his image so much, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's
absolutely.
not exactly an original thought, but it's definitely fun to talk about. Like, I don't know, you go on YouTube, you see those fucking fangirl compilations, like Tyler being relatable for 6.5 minutes straight.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Those are everywhere.
And it's
Tyler
like the
being a hoe
same
for
like
7
10
minutes.
clips.
Tyler and ASAP Rocky bullying each other for 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Tyler, the Creator, erotic roleplay ASMR.
Dude, I remember when he did that. That was
Just
great.
imagining like
Tyler softly but politely but firmly requesting to enter your home ASMR.
Tyler's sex movie.
Hello.
What?
Hello.
Okay.
Hey yo, can I get in? I really,
Hey, yo.
I really wanna get in, please.
You guys think Tyler and Caliucci smashed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like, I don't know. There's this whole, like, isn't he gay? But, like, I think he swings both ways. I think it's the best explanation of
Who,
this point.
Tyler? Or?
Probably.
Tyler.
I thought he
And
I thought he was dating what's his name?
Yeah, that white guy.
Jalen Smith. Jaden.
No,
Jaden
he's
Smith?
not dating Jaden Smith.
I thought he
dude.
was. I don't.
No, he's not dating Will Smith's kid.
I don't know.
They collaborated.
I know-
Pothole on Flower Boy. That's the most slept on track on Flower Boy.
It's very good.
Wait,
It's the
okay.
I think Jaden is the weakest part of the whole cut, but
Yeah, but I think that's a good
I
song.
had
though.
to switch gears on. Fishtail in the rear view mirror on a Oh fuck! I just peeked the shit out of my mic. Sorry,
fun.
Rolly. Have fun with that one.
Yeah, it's Chris who's
Chris is
editing,
editing.
but whatever.
Got him.
Oh shit! Chris does the editing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
So technically he is in this video.
Sorry we
'Cause
couldn't
he's
talk
gonna-
about Dragon Ball with you.
Chris, put up a
dude.
put up a photo
Fuck.
of your face. The drawing, not actually your face. Unless you want to do your face, do it.
I'm rattled that I don't get to talk to Chris about Dragon Ball.
I know,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm also rattled that all of the QDOS stuff from before I was Prince Computer outperforms the Prince Computer stuff so fucking hard.
I was actually gonna ask about that because I was gonna ask
Yeah.
if music that you kind of like more of just more energetic like party kind of stuff gets more popular, does that upset you at all? And seems like yes.
It doesn't upset me in the grand scheme of things. Like I totally think like if you want a number one track, like you either have to be really good
Yeah.
or really listenable, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you know a single person who thought Father of Assad was good?
No, I don't know.
Right? Like, do you know anyone who's listened to Father of Assad cover to cover, right? Well, like DJ Khaled is not a musician,
No.
but he debuted at number 2 on Billboard because it's party bangers with like tracks that people know, right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
or take a look at like the Black Panther album by Kendrick, right? I think it's the weakest cut he's ever released, or the weakest tape he's ever
Yeah,
released.
of course.
Like,
Yeah.
which like makes sense. It's a fucking promotional movie album.
That's like saying
So
like
But-
everyone's already gonna know it, and that's pretty much the main part of having party music is being, you know, names and rappers and all that stuff that you
Well,
already
totally,
know
right?
about.
Yeah, but like it did gangbusters, which like it makes sense. Like it was a really, you had like Charlie XCX, you had like SZA on there. Like there was some seriously notable artists. You had Future. I think no, YG wasn't on it. I don't know what I'm saying.
yeah.
But like, and it's like yeah, it was a listenable trap banger album. And like, you know, you see some of those trap bangers on some of Kendrick's earlier work, but like you got to think like, damn, despite being a little more critically acclaimed than To Pimp a Butterfly, like you got a fucking Pulitzer, it was like less listened to,
yeah.
right? Because like Damn was a concept album with really experimental production and really interesting flows and a lot of social commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people don't want to listen to that at a party, right? And like
Yeah.
for people like there are definitely like people out there who like listening to music, right? They like putting on a new album and listening to it in their car and like getting through that and experiencing that. But there are some people who just want a soundtrack, right? And most
Yeah, of
people, when they want to be the star of their own story, they want to
to feel
hype story.
good. They want to,
Yeah.
they definitely don't want like sad boy music, and you know, only
Well,
sad boys
some-
listen to sad boy music. That's kind of the thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, right?
Of course.
Well, and like, so to take it back to like the QDOS versus Prince Computer thing, like for me personally, I'm not mad that my QDOS stuff, like back when I was trying to be more of like a trap star, I guess, I'm not mad that it performs better. I
Yeah.
understand why it performs better.
Yeah.
It's just like after I released the Prince Computer tape as QDOS,
Yeah.
I just kind of realized like this is not the music I want to make. Like I am really trying to be something I'm not right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and like that's the thing is like I'm already a white guy making hip hop.
yeah.
I'm already gonna be a bit of a fraud. So imagine if I'm trying to be a white guy trap star making trap hip hop and like trap bangers
yeah.
who lives in an expensive city in Western Canada.
Yeah.
Like decidedly in the middle class, right? Like how fucking disingenuous is that, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like I pivoted 100%. It was a pivot, but it was into something that is totally genuine and close to me and like something I want to speak candidly about. Like I don't shy away from, I wouldn't say tough topics on my new work, but definitely like sort of uncomfortable stuff. Like, yeah, I fucking talk about offing myself, man. Like,
Yeah.
because that's dark shit that people think
Yeah,
about,
of
but it's not
course.
shit you want to talk about, but you think about it, right? And so like, yeah, I definitely see why it's less approachable. I think it's better musically. I think
Yeah.
I put more effort into one track on my new tapes than I put into the whole fucking Prince Computer tape. Like the Prince Computer tape was more or less a happy accident.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I found with my new stuff is that like with like Hentai City, right? That's my most popular track.
Yeah.
Or it's QDOS's most popular track if you want to get specific. But it's at 70K. It had 20K after 2 weeks, which was huge for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it only got me like 50 followers, right? Like
yeah.
that's one of those songs where you hear it once and you're like, haha, funny meme song, and then like go about your life.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, my new tracks are like, you know, I'm getting pretty stoked if they're breaking 1,000, which is not slouch numbers for SoundCloud,
Yeah.
SoundCloud only, because that's where I check most of my numbers.
Yeah.
But like one track like gets 1,000 plays,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get like 100 followers from that, and then I'm gonna have people hitting me up on Instagram saying like, yo, like that really hit, like that,
Yeah.
like something you said that, right? So like,
Or yo,
With
you
the
want to be
whole-
on a podcast?
yeah.
yeah, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like, so there's definitely like, obviously the end goal is to make this my career, right? Like, this is my passion. I've been a
course.
musical person my whole life. But at the end of the day, like, would I rather have a career based on, like, searching for the next banger? Or would I rather just have something steady and stable with a core fan base that I know will like what I put out? Like, not regardless of how good it is, because, like, obviously I'm putting my heart into these tracks. Like, I don't want to make bad throwaway songs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, like, take a look at, like I'm a Peep fan, right? And my best friend Jess, she's a Peep fan.
Yeah.
And so when Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 came out, we were kind of like, yeah, this probably would have been better if Peep was alive, right?
Yeah.
But we still listen to it all the fucking time because we love Peep and we know what he's about, and even if the song isn't exactly what we wanted, like, we know what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to try and foster that relationship with my fans, right? Like, I want them to feel like they're in my head, right? Like, they get it just as well as me. And, you know, maybe that's ambitious, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, that's what really speaks to me when I listen to music, right? So
Yeah, of course. That's definitely a great place to, you know, seek inspiration from. Is just like how you wanna be compared to, like, your own. What was it? Fuck. But, like, how you perceive music yourself is how you want to perceive other people to perceive your music. So.
oh, totally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't know, like, I'd say the best show I've ever been to in my life. Like, I talked about this a bit off like, off the podcast, but it was the Tyler show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a Tyler show for his Flower Boy tour with Vince Staples in Vancouver was where I saw it. And, like, obviously it was a great performance because who the fuck doesn't love Flower Boy? And even pulled out some of the Wolf bangers. He played, like, Tamale and IFHY and all that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, when IFHY came on, the whole fucking venue went stupid, my guy.
Oh my god.
You know, like, oh, dude, literally, like, when he comes in with the first "I fucking hate you," like, the whole venue, man, is just screaming it. It was cacophonous, dude.
That's
It
amazing.
was insane.
Nice.
But, like, what really made it crazy and what made me love it was, like, Tyler was fucking talking to us.
Yeah.
Like, he was saying, yo, I thought Canada was going to be lame as fuck. Like, y'all doing it. Or, like, he would, like, pick people out and, like, be vibing with them and, like, doing his fucking, like, Uzi Vert shoulder groove while, like, staring someone down, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
He's
felt
just
like he
quite the
wanted to
character.
be
Yeah.
there. Well, totally. Well, and it was also the first show of the tour. So I
Also
think
that.
the burnout hadn't quite set in yet.
Yeah.
But, like, that is why that show, like, as someone who's seen a lot of shows, like, that's why that one stuck out for me a lot.
Yeah.
Is because, like,
It had a lot of
he's
personality,
fucking-
wouldn't you say?
yeah, right? Like, he fucking cares about not just the music, but the people listening to it, right? Like, you take a look at someone like Drake, man. I fucking hate Drake.
Me
Like,
too.
I'm gonna say that if you're reading this, it's too late. Was his last good tape, right?
I don't
Like,
know.
and then Hotline Bling. I think that's the song that really fucking super blew him up.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good beat. I don't think it's a good Drake song. I think it's a good Drake beat.
Of course.
I'll agree with that too.
But, like, Drake is just at a point where he's so fucking, like, there's a word I'm looking for, man. Like, he's reached a point of mass appeal where it is literally impossible for him to relate to anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he
You
just
guys
doesn't.
hear about that?
He
He's
doesn't
just
have the
like-
same connection anymore.
He's.
Well, and he has a private fucking Boeing jetliner that says
Yeah.
Air Drake on the side with the
Yeah.
6 hands.
He just
like
doesn't
my
have,
guy.
like, a struggle anymore that he or
Well,
like
that-
he could have a struggle, but, like, just like he's so economically, like, large and, like, so
And set.
doing so
Well,
well
yeah,
that, like, you kind of feel like he's acting like a brat sometimes. A lot of people on the internet and media are just like, look at him, bro. Everyone's, you know, he's got people at his door every single day, every single night, you know, trying to
Well,
take
and, like,
photos of him. So
Yeah, and, like, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Like, he's trying, like, Drake's whole career was, like, built on this idea of, like, you know, young, soft, light skin struggling through life, you
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
And it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'd say early Drake, like, that's pretty accurate. Like, you know, the whole, like, Degrassi and, like, Uncle owning your label shit, like, that's a little, like, eh. But you know, like there was still authenticity there. But then he just made it so fucking big with 0 to 100 was a big one for him, and then Hotline Bling was just gigantic. Like,
Yeah.
and he's still trying to do this like soft light skin, making it in the big bad world. It's like, dude, you got a kid.
Yeah.
Like, you are the same as your dad that you complain about all the time.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm so blessed. Like, I'm so grateful to have made all this money from my hard work. It's like, dude, you are from an upper middle class family in Toronto. Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's hard for like non-Canadians to get,
Yeah.
but there is nowhere in Toronto that is that rough.
Yeah.
And like there are rough parts of Toronto, but I guarantee you go to fucking BC and come to my hood and go to Vancouver, it's nowhere as bad as fucking Hastings Street.
Yeah.
Like, it's just well, not in terms of like danger, but just in terms of like poverty, man. Like just how bad the human struggle gets. Like,
Yeah. Like I
And,
live
like,
I live in Florida where sometimes there are bad places, but I live in Jacksonville where it's not like a bad, like awful place.
yeah,
I mean, it's drugged up as hell, but other than that,
everywhere's a drug town these
I don't
days,
know.
man.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's trying to pull out
Oh.
this like vibe from like just like the whole started from the bottom now we hear thing. Like he was he really at the bottom? That's like
He was
whole
he was
thing.
never at the bottom.
He was never
No.
at the bottom,
D-
and like he's
I
still
think
trying to
Drake
pull
thinks
off that
that-
vibe.
I think Drake thinks that working at a grocery store is the bottom.
Yeah, I mean that's
like,
his
bruh.
bottom. So I mean I don't blame him, but like still, he's definitely not someone
like,
who's very
I l-
connected with like what's going on right now because he's so busy all the time.
I literally know people who wake up at 5 in the goddamn morning,
yeah.
drive 2 hours to a sawmill,
Yeah.
hose the floor of that sawmill for 8 hours.
Damn.
Just hose the floor. Because someone's got to hose the floor.
Yeah.
And then they go home like $100 richer. And that's just how they live. And that's not even the bottom.
Yeah, no,
like,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I have friends who are drug
like for real,
dealers.
like that's well, seriously, right? Well, and like I wouldn't even say like drug dealing's the bottom. Like,
I
man,
mean, they
that's
make a lot of money.
business. Well, in theory.
In my opinion,
Here they
being
do.
at the bottom is just like
Yeah.
being actually enslaved or like being taken by human trafficking or something like.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I would
That's
say that
real
I would say that in the
hard.
context of hip hop, the bottom is like no options, right? Like
Yeah, that's
paycheck to
definitely-
paycheck by any means necessary. It's the essence of the hustle, which again sounds disingenuous from a middle class white guy, but like
Yeah.
I live in a fucking drug town. Like I've seen the bad shit. Like
Yeah.
people from my high school are in rough fucking ways right now.
Yeah, I've
right?
talked
Like,
about how I don't think I've talked about it on the podcast, but in my history class, I actually had a drug deal happen next to me, and then they got caught, and then a bunch of cops came in and actually tried to get them, but they all ran and like hid in the ceilings of the bathroom.
The ceilings.
that's
Yeah,
wild.
it was really funny.
What a
Damn.
that's the greatest heist ever pulled.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, dude, it's like, well, and like I got family out in Surrey, BC. 'Cause, again, I'm Western Canada.
Yeah, British
and, like,
Columbia, right?
Yeah, they live
Yeah.
they live in like the one of the nicer parts of Surrey. They live in Fraser Height, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like as white bread as it gets. That's like the Beverly Hills of Surrey.
Yeah.
Not quite that income bracket, but like in terms of like quality relative to the rest.
Yeah.
And they still got like fucking I think something like 3 shootings outside of their schools
Yeah.
that year, and like fucking everyone's in a gang in every school.
Mhm.
Like it gets so bad there. Like that's the thing about like BC right now, man, is it's just such bad like drug crime right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the legalization of cannabis did fucking nothing, man. Did
No.
absolutely nothing. Well, because the legal avenues are, if they're not expensive, they're unreliable. If they're not unreliable, they're inconsistent. And if they're not inconsistent, they're expensive.
I was gonna
right?
say, like, I remember people, like, friends of mine going to, like, Oregon and buying weed there, and it would be, like, $300 eventually. Like, it would just add up.
Yeah, right. And so like,
Damn.
and so Western Canada, like Vancouver's our biggest city, and it's on the coast, right? Like we have a shipping economy.
Yeah.
Either you're up north for like oil, gas, and forestry, or you're shipping and receiving.
Yeah.
And so all of the fucking like cut, stepped on Chinese shit with the Fenty in it, it goes straight through us before it gets to the rest of Canada.
Yeah.
Dude, like the amount of fentanyl overdoses we've had in our province is grimy, dude.
Oh, really?
So like, oh yeah, it's not good. Like I got dead friends, man. Like,
Oh, that sucks.
And well, I mean, and at this point, it's like, you know, it was a while ago, and like you adjust to it, but like they were not bad guys. Like,
Yeah.
they did some blow off a table at the strippers, and they got the line that had a little too much in it, and they fucking croaked.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's so shitty, man. Like, anyways, so yeah, Drake doesn't fucking get it. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
We just went off on a long tangent there. Yeah.
Dude, what, fucking like,
Life's fucking
imagine
hard.
if
Yeah.
I blow up and like this podcast gets dug up, and then like fucking I'm like throwing mad shade at Drake. So
You're like
Is
on
Drake
equal
know,
gonna
level.
be a thing by then? I feel like he's
Drizzy,
gonna
I'm just
keep on
jealous.
adding
You
up
are the
to,
sixth god after all.
I feel like he's just gonna keep on, like, the media's just gonna keep on adding shit to the lists on him. That he's just gonna,
Dude,
like,
I think
be hated.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is gonna hit Miley Cyrus fame, where
Yeah.
like he becomes irrelevant for a little bit, goes a little psycho, gets back in the spotlight for nothing good at all, and then people just kind of accept that he's gonna have flash pan relevance, you know?
Yeah.
Like a Taylor Swift or a Lady Gaga, just flash pan relevance, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they exist for like a month, and then they get their fat
Disappear.
fucking paycheck, and then vanish behind the scenes. Or like fucking dude, even like Beyonce and Rihanna are kind of doing that these days.
Yeah.
Of
Like
course.
they're not
They have
crazy
fans. They've got crazy
Oh, yeah.
fans, but
They've got the worst fucking fans, dude. The
Yeah.
Beehive is so ridiculous.
yeah.
It's like never ever has Beyonce exhibited behavior publicly that would allude to her being catty or bitchy.
No.
So why does the Beehive just glorify being a fucking cunt, if you'll pardon my French?
No, it's fine. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Ugh,
I don't know.
like-
it's like that.
I low key resent attractive people, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
I think
Yeah.
attractive
all I
people
think
who
all
listen
of
to
us
Beyonce.
here.
Not me.
Well,
Whatever,
love
Mr.
him.
Attractive. I'm assuming you're
He's-
attractive.
he's
you
not.
fucking bastard.
I'm beautiful, bro.
No, he's not.
Alright.
Don't worry about it.
Shit.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna shit talk all your friends that I met in the Loser Squad Discord right now.
Ooh,
friends, bro. I ain't friends with no one here.
Wow.
I'm totally.
I'm
kidding.
only friends with
Yeah.
beautiful
Fucking-
people. I just use them.
fucking-
You know?
The
Dude, I got a
beautiful
track called "Beautiful."
I was
People.
gonna say-
it's my least favorite popular track I have.
Really?
Oh, I hate it.
I like it.
I,
It's not like my favorite of yours, but I do like it.
Which one?
the thing is when I write,
Mhm.
I try really hard to make sure that when I'm listening back to my song, there's no line where I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Like I want all my lines to be like, ooh, and like at worst, and then at best I want them to be like a damn, you know.
Yeah.
And like Beautiful People has an astonishing number of s in there, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like so committed to this whole like ballad of these fucking hoes that were breaking my brother's heart.
Yeah.
And like I was so committed to this like fucking sonic story that I had to make some stretches in there. Like fucking the line beautiful selfies in pretty bathrooms. Like, oh my god, I'm so
Yeah.
fucking that's such a grub line, like it doesn't fit. Like but I mean, hey, it's at 50K, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
was
There's been a
wondering the
lot
same
of shit
thing
that I
about,
wrote that
like-
was like that.
You said it was
Really?
about your brother, or, but what about like Loser? What is that one like? Is that one any specific person?
yeah, Loser is about one specific guy. I'm not
Oh,
gonna name
no,
drop
don't
him,
name him.
'cause- yeah, because you don't know him,
No,
obviously. And like I don't want
you don't want this
people
to
to
come
fucking
back.
listen to this and just be like, oh, okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
But like I'll describe the situation, and frankly he'll probably fucking know who he is, but he doesn't give a fuck about me, so I'm assuming he's not gonna listen to this anyway. Like Loser is fully about like there was this kid, because Loser was inspired by my experience with this person in grade 10,
Okay.
which was like a long time before I wrote the song. I was in
Yeah.
like I think grade 12 when I wrote it, and I'm graded now. But like from what I hear, he didn't really change after that, so like still on brand.
Yeah.
And he was like this fucking like he had all of these expensive clothes that he always paid full price for, and then they always got LC'd and always turned out fake. And he would like steal his mom's credit card and go to the fucking like mall jewelry store and cop like fat chains with it.
Yeah.
And like it was just fucking like whack. And then he was trying to be like a Xan dealer.
Yeah.
And like it was so funny because one time he literally comes up to me at the smoke pit at our school. He's like, "Yo, do you want to buy a Xan?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, I was like, "I got a guy for that." No.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, come on, only 15 a bar." And I was like, "We're in Canadian dollars, so like that's less than 15 USD.
Yeah.
But also that's way too fucking much for a bar, especially his stepped on pressed shit."
Yeah.
So I was like, "No." And he was like, you know what, dude? You're my homie. Like, I'll give it to you for 10. I was like, "I don't want your fucking Xanax." And then he was like, "Bro, come on, fucking $5. I was like, "Sure." And then I sold it at a party like that night for 20.
Yeah.
Like he's just like he was just so like he was part of like a pretty established and like these cool friend group as far as like high school goes. But like he just wanted to be like the fucking kingpin of it.
He's more like he definitely seems more like a just like a big wannabe, just like living this life that like he knows.
But the
he
thing
can't
is,
live,
like, he
but-
had an attitude about him where, like, if he was
Yeah,
just
sure.
himself, he would totally be that, like, cold, collected, strong, silent
Yeah.
type. Like, it would have
Yeah.
fucking been a vibe for him.
Yeah.
But he just, like, I don't know. He loves trap music, I guess.
Yeah, I've definitely met a bunch of people like that. And so
Well, and, like,
that song just
the
connects
last
in general.
Yeah.
well, and, like, yeah, so, like, fucking, like, so the hook of Loser is literally, like, fucking, you know, you say you got mad hoes.
Yeah.
Bitch, we all know you don't. This guy's literally showing us pics of, like, our female friends who
Oh my
we
God.
know he did not smash. And he's being like, "Yeah, I hit her at this party at my place like a couple weeks ago." It's like, I didn't hear about this fucking party. And I was popular in high school. I was going to
Yeah.
a lot of parties. And I was like, "You sure you hit her? Like, you want me to fucking give her a call and like right fucking now and ask her candidly as her half gay best friend?" You
Yeah.
know? Like, you want to see how this goes for you, Super Chief?
That would not go well for him, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh fucking yeah, dude. Well, like, yeah, and so then that ties into the fucking second line of the hook, like, you ain't got no nice shit, no ladies at your crib, because like all his shit was fake.
Yeah.
Everything nice he had, he fully fucking taxed his mom's card for.
yeah.
Like, it's just like fucking no ladies at his crib because those parties never fucking happened.
Hmm.
Bitch, I bet you make your lean with NyQuil. So you pump Xans, but you take an Advil.
Yeah. I like those a lot.
Loser.
Yeah.
Loser is one of the cute songs I'm fucking fully with.
Yes.
I kinda wanna-
Yeah.
I kind of want to do a SoundCloud Lucy, which is just a Prince Computer remix of a Q-Dos song, even though I'm both people.
Yeah.
Fucking
Nope.
what was it? There was one line on that track that you say you got game, but it honestly seems that you flirt with ladies by sending them memes.
Yeah.
That one's such a fucking call out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's so accurate to a lot of people that like it just kind of works no matter what.
Kind of,
Like,
Well,
yeah.
like-
You always have that one person in your life who's just trying to live something they ain't.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny though because I literally became what I hated because my first and last serious relationship was we literally like started mutually digging because we both had a certain fondness for a niche type of meme. Well, it was niche at the time. It's huge now because Instagram.
Yeah.
But and so we would send each other them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I literally
Yeah.
I became the very thing I swore to destroy.
You live long enough to become the villain. So.
Oh, exactly. Dude, I'm a fucking supervillain.
Yeah.
No, I'm an anti-hero. I'm
Yeah,
an anti-hero. I
that's-
know some supervillains, and I'm not a supervillain, but...
Yeah. But you definitely
Yeah,
don't
I
like
don't know.
a hero.
I don't like people who want to be a hero. Like,
Oh,
there are
that's
real-life heroes out there, man, and they're cool. They can hang. But, like, heroes are humble.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as a real-life superhero. You got supervillains for sure. But, like, superheroes, nah, they ain't real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one
Yeah.
is so unflappably good
Oh,
so
yeah.
as to be a superhero.
That's true.
Ooh, deep commentary on the nature of the human spirit from a 17-year-old SoundCloud rapper.
17.
I mean, aren't they all?
Yeah, I'm 17.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
Same age.
Yeah, I graded mad early because young, late birthday, and I never went to fucking kindergarten. So
Oh wow.
Damn.
yeah, big spender. Skipping the big boy grades.
You must have watched Rick and Morty at a young age.
He must have. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. My brain actually started swelling. I went into a coma for a year, and when I came out, I could recite 400,000 digits of pi.
It's like
You
the
just had
same
a
thing.
stroke one day.
You hear that thing that Alex Jones says? Like, he says that his brain is so big that if he bends his neck backwards, he'll actually go into, like, a coma for a second. He's so stupid. I love him.
I
That's a genius, bro. If he,
They're putting chemicals in the
that's
water.
how big
and
his
it's turning
brain
the
is,
frickin'
bro.
Frogs gay.
Yeah.
he
He
said
also,
it,
like-
bro. So that means
He also, like, brags. He, like, says, like, that he had sex at, like, he always had sex at a very young age, but he also hates it. Like, he's like,
I really regret that. I really wish I didn't, but I pleasure so many women, but I really hated it.
dude, that guy's so humble.
I know.
Did you guys hear that right now he's actually using the last of his power to protect the last 2 straight frogs during Pride?
Yeah. He's on
Isn't
the
there, like, a...
defense.
Isn't the thing, like, actually that he has, like, vitamins, and the vitamins actually say will not turn frogs gay?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
It's only
dude, like his whole fucking business model is selling supplements. Like the podcast doesn't give him any fucking money. Like
No,
who wants to
course.
advertise on that crock of shit? The only thing good that's come from his podcast is hella fire memes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
think
like-
it's pretty much the memes that is making him and keeping him like
And
stable
merch.
right now.
Like,
Well, and it's his fucking $70 supplements, dude.
Yeah, his supplements are for the meme. It has to be. There's no one who actually buys that shit and it's like, yeah, bro, I believe.
I
it.
mean, he's still around.
yeah.
He is. There's got to be people just buying it for the meme. It has to be.
The funny thing is, I know an Alex Jones,
Yeah.
like in Meat Space,
Yeah.
and he hates that he shares that name.
He what? He
Shares
like,
that name.
Oh, really?
Well, like, yeah, well, I know an Alex Jones, like
Oh,
legal
like
first,
an actual...
legal last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
his
thought you were
name
saying-
Yeah, like-
is Alex Jones.
Yeah, well, and it's so funny because he's like a timid musician.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, yeah, and then like internet Alex Jones is like, I'm a liberal. I want to eat your babies.
He should sample him on some tracks.
Well, he's like a musician. He
Oh, okay.
went to like fucking like a music college and shit to
Oh,
play
okay.
guitar.
Got
Way
it.
to
got
flex
it.
on me.
Yeah.
Damn.
All I did was take piano for 12 years and then convert into trap beats. So.
Yeah.
But I will have all my haters out there know, I'm an accomplished pianist. Okay, I got gold at a local music festival. So get
You
fucked.
accomplished penis?
Come on.
Do you know why people don't make dick jokes in golf?
Why?
Because it's too easy.
Really?
You know why people don't make dick jokes about pianists?
Because it's too easy.
Yeah, take a fucking guess, wise guy.
Yeah.
We Bill Burr
That's
on
all I'm
H3
saying.
now. I'm legit mad at you, and I'm gonna be hostile to you for the next fucking 30 minutes of this podcast.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
We Bill Burr on H3 now.
as soon as you said penis, I was like, okay, it's going this way.
Like fucking good job, wise guy. Thanks for lifetime
Of
vibes.
course, bro. We have to always bring it to this point every single
Yeah.
podcast episode.
Do
Where
we?
someone
gotta-
says something and I have to be like, no, you said this.
You know what? I guess you just woke up this morning and were like, you know what? I'm gonna put on the cunt pants today.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He wanted to be part of the beehive. He wanted us to be a bitch. Got him.
Beyonce can do no evil.
Sure.
Dude, you know what's wild? Fucking Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna, and people are just like cool with that.
Yeah, I
know.
mean, they
say he
meme it.
changed. That's
They
the
still
thing.
meme
But,
it,
like-
but
He broke
Dude,
so
like
many
people
windows.
listen to his music. It's like don't.
yeah,
It's
I
just don't. Yeah.
don't
He
do
doesn't
that.
deserve that. He doesn't.
I've
deserve,
never
like, the love he deserves.
met anyone that still listens to Chris Brown though. So
He was
Well, like it's his features, right? I don't know. My brother, and eventually me after, because it was a good idea. But my brother just did like a full-on fucking embargo against Chris Brown in his personal life.
yeah,
He's like, I'm never gonna let a Chris Brown song or a Chris Brown feature play when I'm in the room. Like,
Yeah.
it's just I'm not gonna give him a fucking
real,
penny. Like,
yeah.
he doesn't need that streaming money.
yeah. I think
It's kind of fucked because like him committing full scale, large scale domestic violence against another public figure almost like fucking boosted his career.
Yeah.
He did
I
get a
mean-
lot of, you know.
There's just a lot of people like in like the big sphere of everything, like just in the sphere of media, that get a lot of attention for really awful things, and they get more fame.
It's weird sometimes how some people can get like mad in trouble for like stuff that they did in their past, and there's some people like Chris Brown who are still doing it now, like supposedly, and
Yeah, that's alleged.
allegedly, yeah. But like still, people like give him the pass while other people go and like take something from that someone did in like when they're in like high school. You know, they're in their like mid 20s now, and they're like trying to do music.
Yeah.
And then they get like completely shat on because of something they did in high school, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
It's crazy.
these two things
I
are.
can't-
Oh, sorry. Good.
Oh no, you go right ahead, man.
I was just saying that these two things aren't equal, but like, and it doesn't really make sense. But like, think about like what happened recently with like James Charles and then also Pro Jared. Like, James Charles is still surviving and going on normally, and Pro Jared is gone. He's gone.
Dude,
I mean, he.
Yeah.
Pro
there-
Jared was a fucking dork though. Like,
Yeah,
the
that's
only
true.
people- like the thing is, like, I was a dork. Like
Yeah.
I was the worst case basement dwelling dork. I was a fucking non-person until like halfway through grade 10, man. Like it
Yeah.
was bad.
Same.
And like, so I feel like I'm allowed to talk shit about dorks
Yeah, I think.
because like I made it out.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think
bro.
all dorks can make it out. And like, here's the fucking thing about Pro Jared, man. The only person who can unironically sit and enjoy a Pro Jared video is probably a fucking incel.
Of course, yeah.
So like, you're not gonna get incel stans
Yeah.
unless you are also an incel, right?
Yeah.
So like, the thing is, Pro Jared had this whole fucking scandal come out,
Yeah.
and like, she's fucking like, he like apologized and got
Yeah.
soft, right? And then all of his incel fans were like, "Oh, fucking how dare you apologize to that roasty whore ree?" And then all of his like normal people, air quotes, fans
Yeah.
were like, that's not sick.
Yeah, no.
Sending your dong to minors, that's not entirely radical, so we're gonna jump ship. Like,
Literally
Pro
everyone
Jared,
jumped. Shit, yeah.
Did you see the thing?
Well,
like,
that's-
Did you see his Reddit?
oh yeah, dude, it was so fucking funny. Like,
Yeah.
Of course.
that whole like retro video game review, like shit
Corner.
toddler humor sphere of YouTube, like
Yeah.
irate gamer and like AVGN and Pro Jared and like even some old school JonTron.
Yeah.
Like, JonTron is based as fuck these days.
Yeah.
I just don't see who it appeals to unless you are a fucking social brainlet.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a social brainlet. I used to be
Yeah.
a fucking underdeveloped, goofy gamer, big time nerd. And I loved that shit.
Yeah.
And then
You
I
have
like
nothing better to
got
do in your life. It's
funny
kinda,
and chill.
yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, dude, and so fucking the one thing I have to say about Pro Jared is like the pinnacle of his comedy was his fucking gender bend magical girl cosplay.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like there's some guys who
Sailor
did
Moon.
that at my high school for Halloween. Not sick guys, and I don't even mean that in like they were nerds, because like here's the thing, I'm a competitive Smash Bros player. Like
Yeah.
I spent most of my lunches in school in the stinky hallway playing Smash Bros on CRT. Like I think social standing in high school matters very little. I'm talking like these guys are the guys who actually graded high school and didn't even burn out in a cool way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like whatever, like, you know, you get into drugs, become a trap star and get shot by the police. That's burning out, but that's cool burning out. That's
Yeah.
sexy, you know?
Yeah.
That's that trap star fairy tale.
There's
These
a
guys
guy-
just like graded high school, didn't apply for any post-secondary, and were like, oh, you know, I'm gonna see what comes up for me. And now they all work at fucking like gas stations, and the
Yeah.
pinnacle of their humor is like raiding Discord servers.
Yeah. There's
Those are the guys who. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, there's a guy at my school who dropped out to be a manager at a pizza restaurant. So,
Well, you know what? He can climb the ladder if he's that dedicated.
uh,
GM's in his future.
I don't know. He was
like,
definitely like an ROTC kid. So yeah, I
Oh
definitely
yeah, fuck.
he could
But
probably
like
get in.
those kinds of kids, those are the guys who dressed up as magical girls. Just those like no ambition, like us versus them mentality.
Yeah.
They're all fucking incels, and like I don't mean incel like hateful towards women, although they are. I mean incel like actual involuntary celibate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is usually a metric of like social fucking killing it, you know? Like
Yeah.
I don't think like throwing your wiener in a human female is exactly like a coming of age thing like people make it out to be.
No, yeah.
But like at the same time, sometimes it is, you know? When you know that if they put their heart to it, they would be galactically incapable of doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when you know like
it's just
That's
the
when you call it
social
out.
it's just the social like understanding of being with like just being with a person would mean like that you have enough charisma and enough personality to actually be with a person.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And like all I'm saying is that like raiding people's Discord servers is not the pinnacle of comedy.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and like the thing is, I've watched them do it, and they just are laughing at each other's jokes while their posts are getting like deleted, and then they get server muted after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like, ha, ha, sick, high five, bro, that was awesome, we totally got them. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you fucking didn't. They just ignored you for 5 minutes, and then you got banned.
That reminds me of like the people who would like quote unquote troll little kids on like Call of Duty by doing stupid voices, and then they would act like, wow, I'm so cool because I'm making fun of 12-year-old children until they cry. It's just
At the
dumb
same
shit
time,
like that.
though, I would not be as strong of a person as I was now if I didn't go through Halo 3 Xbox Live.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, I was too young for that video game.
Yeah.
I got called all kinds of things that would get you guys fucking instantly demonetized. Like,
Same.
it was bad. The amount of threats to my family I received on an hourly basis.
Yeah, definitely.
Like-
Like growing up with that, like I took that in and then also pushed it out. Like when I reached
yeah.
about like 13, I would also say like this crazy ass shit like that I would never do.
Yeah.
Well, like, exactly. And so, like, you know what?
then I
Like,
just became
that's
a
just
person.
that's just growing up as a Gen Z.
Yeah.
It's just getting told by some 20-year-old stranger on the internet that he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
And then he reads off your IP address like it's hard to fucking server sniff an IP address.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're like, oh, I'm so scared. When you realize that for him to do this, he would actually need to have such a fucking vendetta against a child on the internet. He would need to use his fucking air miles to hop on a jet. Like, ugh.
When you
Dude,
like when you make an overview like that, when it's just Gen Z is like actually just a grown man yelling at a kid on Xbox, it's really weird to think about that.
No, dude, that is the fucking, like, that's our
He's not
bullying.
wrong.
Like, bullying
Yeah, no.
doesn't happen anymore. But the thing is, now we get to turn off our bullying, right?
Yeah.
If someone is like, oh, like, cyberbullying is such a problem, it's like, no, it fucking isn't.
Yeah.
Like, that's opt-in bullying. People paid good money to get bullied in the 80s, okay? Like, fucking, that's how you iron out the kinks. That's why I'm not a fucking loser anymore, dude.
Yeah.
My dude, it's so funny because like me and my brother, I talk about our like early childhood relationship. Well, I should preface this because you guys probably don't know. My brother is the most important person in my entire fucking life. Like,
Yeah.
Of course.
me and him are like, he's just like my everything, man. Like, he taught me how to be myself.
Yeah. That's the same with my
And
brother.
so when I talk about our early childhood relationship, people are like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. But it's like, no, dude, like, that was the right thing. Like, he used to beat the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Him and his friends who were 4 years older than me used to beat the shit out of me together. But you know what? It's because I was a fucking loser. And they repeated it until, like, I literally remember, like, one fucking day, like, my brother comes into my room and I'm like, all right, he's going to fucking lay a smackdown on me.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, you want to come to a boys' night this Friday? I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it's at my buddy Nick's place. You want to come? And I was like, sure. He was like, do you have like $15? I was like, what for? He's like, oh, so I can get you liquor.
And he's
And
just-
so like,
and you're just
so
like,
fucking
"I'm
like, I was
in."
like, yeah, sure, fuck it. No, it's seriously, it was like, I'm in. And like, literally since that day, we've just been fucking like chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, like, if he had beat me one less time, I would have been fucking lame as hell at boys' night.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been like a goofy gamer nerd. Like,
Yeah, of course.
And the thing is, like, I'm lucky that I fucking got bullied. Like, no, for real. Like, bring back bullying. Yeah. 2019 is the year of the bullies. Now bullying is opt-in, dude. It's like, if you don't want to get bullied, don't go on fucking Instagram, because your school has a zero tolerance policy. If someone swings on you, you just both get suspended. Like, fucking whatever, man. Like, no one's taking that risk unless they have nothing left to lose.
I mean, that's everyone at my school. We get so many fights just because no one cares.
Yeah, growing up, like, I was bullied in elementary school, you know? Even if it wasn't even that long ago. And we would fuck with each other, like, they would fuck with me mad hard, and then I would swing on them, and then I would be the one who would always get in trouble, and then, like, it just, like, it kind of reached a point in middle school where, like, I was being bullied, and then I just told a fucking teacher, and then they were fucking gone, you know?
Yeah.
But these were kids who would, like, actually fucking, you know, take me and hang me over the fucking rails. So
I remember in my elementary school, I was in a class, and a kid just takes a pencil and stabs it into another kid's neck.
That's so far.
Halfway, it goes, like, halfway in.
With pencils.
That's a fucking kill shot right there.
Yeah, I know. And they just go to the nurse and act like nothing happened.
Dude, speaking of kill shot, like, if someone listens to Eminem, there's a 98% chance they're a tweaker in the next 2 years if they're not already.
Yeah.
Like, if you straight up throw on Kamikaze just, like, with your boys,
it's
holy fuck.
You're probably named Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude,
like
you
Chadwick.
are the most like Kyle looking ass, Clyde looking ass, fucking, like, oh my god.
You definitely look like a 17-year-old Rob Dyrdek.
Well, like, the thing is, the place where I hear the most Eminem out of anywhere is either, like, chicks I knew from high school who dropped out and started dating 28-year-olds with goatees.
Yeah.
Or at the mall smoke pit, where there's, like, literal tweakers with their shopping carts and their Bluetooth speakers that they stole from Best Buy, like, 5 minutes ago, and they're
That's hilarious.
Like, they literally have the, like, tweaker build where they, like, have, like, fat guts but super skinny limbs, and, like, their clothes are fucking dirty as shit, and they're just mobbing to, like, fucking, like, kill shop.
Yeah, they just do not give a shit anymore,
Kelly.
I feel like.
Yeah, like, fuck you, Machine Gun Kelly. Like, dude, Eminem just needs to do drugs again.
He does. He's so boomer right now.
Eminem was such a huge pivot in, like, the whole landscape of hip hop. Like, pre Marshall Mathers EP, hip hop was about the drug dealers, man. Like, fucking Eminem said it best. Like, 50 was rapping about big screens, blunts, and bitches. And then Eminem comes around, and now hip-hop is about the fucking drug users.
Yeah.
It is, bro.
Now everyone's talking about their fucking Perkies and their fucking Xanax addiction, and, like, they're fucking getting real with it. And, like, dude, you know why Eminem was sick? Is because he's like, I'm a white trailer trash piece of shit, and I do a fuck ton of drugs, and I literally have nothing left except this rap shit, so someone fucking sign me. And people were like, yeah!
Now he's, like, reached this point where he's just, like, an old as fuck dude who's just, like, shitting on kids. Yeah. He's, like, exactly that. Like, the fucking 20-year-old, or, like, the older guy.
He's fucking, his new music is just so, like, shaking his fist at his white picket fence and the kids on the street playing. He's like, back in my day, we played stickball. It's like, back in my day, we made boom bap.
Yeah, he's, like, trying to turn rap into, like, what it was when he was younger and, like, starting, you know.
Dude, have you listened to, like, any Golden Age revival that isn't Kendrick Lamar? It's so bad. Oh my god. If you just want to hear the epitome of, like, bad Golden Age revival, there's a New York rapper, his name's Necro. Okay. I'll fucking call out Necro right now. Like, send your boys at me, I fucking dare you, big slob. Like, he is literally, like, the overweight white guy who wears snapbacks in 2019.
Yeah.
Who, like, fucking has terrible facial. He's the fucking Fred Durst of boom bap, man. Like, terrible facial hair, overweight white guy, wears snapbacks and hoodies that don't fit. And, like, he's like, this is real rap.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, dude. Hit me up when you go platinum, because fucking Future just did. Which is not to say I'm a huge fan of, like, modern mainstream. Like, I think it gets fucking tired. Like, I can't tell one Offset song from another, but, like, dude, times change.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who who openly rejects new forms of music is not a good musician.
No,
yeah.
Well, and it's so funny because he's talking about the good old days of fucking rap when half of his album is complaining.
Yeah.
And then the other half of his album is trap bangers.
Yeah, there's always just like that one good person who's like always like at least one who's like in like this genre that just fucking sucks, but like this golden age shit, it's so whack. I don't know.
Well, and like, dude, I don't fucking get old heads either. Like,
Yeah.
there are definitely some classic hip hop songs where like if aliens came to Earth and were like, show us hip hop, that's what I'm fucking playing.
Of
Like I'm playing
course.
Shook One's Part 2, or I'm playing Cream, or I'm playing Betrayal by Gangstar. Like there are some of those old head hip hop songs where it's just like, you know, fucking that is the gold standard of hip hop. That's why it's the fucking golden age of hip hop.
Yeah.
Or I guess silver age, depending on who you ask. Some people think golden age was like NWA, like early or late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's boring.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever listened to a fucking boom bap album cover to cover?
No.
And I'm talking like someone who isn't a huge innovator, like someone like, you know, like B.I.G. or Tupac or like even DMX. Like,
yeah, there's like a lot of good, but there's also a lot of bad.
exactly.
I mean,
right?
that's
It's
just
like, dude,
everything.
well, exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like, dude, the thing is, for every Bad and Bougie by Migos, there are 40 fucking New Paddocks by Lil Uzi Vert. Wait, like, dude, I fucking love Lil Uzi Vert, but like, there's a reason I say if you can't handle me at my New Paddock, you don't deserve me at my EXO tour live. Like, I frankly think that's a fucking low point for the guy.
Yeah.
Although his new stuff is fucking fire, and I
Yeah,
don't
of
know
course.
why they're not releasing it yet. That's some bullshit right there.
It is.
Dude, The Way Life Goes by Lil Uzi Vert, that song healed me, dude. Like, dude, there's this one part where he comes in with Oh Wonder. He's like, I know you're sad and tired, you've got nothing left to give.
Shit, dude, I remember listening to
Dude.
that like, I don't know, it's been like a year, like since I
That-
first heard it. That shit
Oh.
was like, whoa.
Yeah, also, sorry, you guys just got claimed by UMG.
You're
Oh.
such a great fucking singer, bro. You sound
But,
just like that auto-tune fucking. How'd you do that, bro? That was crazy.
Because I sing with autotune. So
Yeah.
I like, you just know how to
put
produce the
auto-tune on
tones.
your voice. Oh fuck.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about autotune is like, it can definitely, like, there are definitely cases where it's used to save a bad singer. But like,
Yeah.
if you can hear autotune, it's an artistic choice.
Yes.
Like, I use Autotune Evo VST. It's fucking expensive, but the reason it's fucking expensive is because it's fucking good. If I turn the humanized knob up to 100, you would never know I'm just missing notes.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, so with like most of these modern rappers, like, it's all auto-tune garbage. It's like, do you think it's because they can't sing?
Yeah, no.
Like, go hit one of Trippie Redd's notes on Dark Knight Demo. I fucking dare you. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
So like, sorry, this is like a whole fucking tangent, but like,
No, go
basically
ahead.
just to say like, yeah, but like basically
agree,
just to
yeah.
say like, with autotune, like, it's totally an artistic choice, and you learn to sing within it to make the sound you want.
yeah.
So like, with my usage of autotune, like, I'm Prince Computer, so I use a fuck ton of chorus filter and a fuck ton of panning and a fuck ton of stereo shaper, because my sonic goal is to sound like a robot that's all around you and
Yeah.
is the system and the walls rather than the MC on the track.
Yeah.
And so I use autotune to make it sound like I'm a fucking vocoder producing tones in a cold, inhuman way.
Yeah.
But so like, yeah, like with autotune, like, dude, if anyone complains about autotune, it's like they just have no fucking clue. Like, and I sound like such an elitist right now, but I promise I really am a like music is for everyone type person. But that kind of feeds into my attitude of like, don't discredit something immediately.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I agree. Yeah, of course.
Well, and that's why I'm so fucking big on the autotune thing. It's like, if you seriously think that if you can hear autotune,
it
is-
a choice. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be heard.
totally. Well, and like,
They spend time to like make it like that, unless it's just like really shitty SoundCloud rappers trying to like figure themselves out. you
Yeah.
know?
well, but like,
Well-
everyone starts as a shitty rapper. Like, go
Yeah.
listen to fucking
Of course.
go listen to one of Like, go listen to like one of Denzel's first tapes. Like, obviously it's not shitty. Like, Denzel Curry is still Denzel motherfucking Curry.
Yeah.
Like, but Denzel Killer Curry, the Aquarius or whatever he used to go by. But like, it sounds like he recorded it on a fucking Walkman. Like, and he just had like a mic headset plugged into a cassette Walkman and like reverse engineered it to actually work. Like, everyone starts out bad.
I mean,
But like,
our boy Bonito,
Oh, go ahead.
he uses
That's like why I'm saying
he uses a headset mic.
Well,
I
like,
mean,
not
and
for
hey,
essay,
dude.
but for the
Yeah,
others,
no.
yeah.
Well, and like the thing is, like, the best music is made out of limitation. Like,
Yeah.
everyone wants to talk about X these days and how X is a huge visionary.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Angry X more than Soft X, but Soft X was really good.
Same.
But like Angry X, like, go listen to his vocals. He's on a trash mic. He's peaking the fuck out of his microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also accidentally invented hate hop. Like, hate hop exists because of X.
Yeah.
Everyone who makes hate hop is an X imitator.
Of course.
Like,
yeah.
Well, and so like, fucking with that, like, yeah, Bonito, use a fucking headset mic, man.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Well, go
Use
ahead.
whatever you have, yeah.
Yeah, totally. My signature production sound with like a bunch of bells and like slowed down samples is because I can't afford any fucking VSTs with goofy instruments, and bells sound nice, so I use bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like, limitation makes the best shit. But this is all kind of to go back into like, dude, that was a long ass tangent. I just wanted
Yeah.
to say like that line from Lil Uzi, you know, I know that one, fucking, that's literally something I said in a vent to a friend. I was like, I've just got nothing left to give, man. And then Lil Uzi fucking said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it just
Oh
feels
Wonder
so,
comes
like-
in with her beautiful ass voice, and she's like, "You'll get over
Hella
it."
deep,
Oh
yeah.
my god, dude! Like, that's the thing about Uzi, man. Is like he just toes the line so good between like straight up clout rapper, new age trap bullshit, and like raw shit.
Just like the fucking shit that the sad boys can listen to, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and like I'll be honest, I wear my inspirations on my sleeve. Like, I'm trying to do a little more Uzi with this new tape. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard Catch Me yet, but
Great.
like, that's definitely me trying to do a little more like Uzi stuff. But like, that's because like I want to keep things raw, but I also want people to know that like raw doesn't mean bad. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can be real and still have a good ass fucking time. Like, it's fucking, dude, EXO tour life, right? You guys party, right? At
No.
least sometimes.
No.
Never.
Not me.
Okay. Well, if you went to any party in 2017, even early 2018, my God, were you going to hear EXO Tour Life, right? Like, that was a banger.
Of course.
Except, and like, you know, not a lot of people can hear the lyrics because it's Uzi, but like, he's talking about fucking Xanax overdose or not overdose, but Xanax reliance and like coping with loss through materialism and damaged relationships and literally wanting to blow his brain out. Like,
Yeah.
fucking what's the line? I don't know. It's just like when he does one of those big swings in his vocals, he's like, I'm gonna blow my brain out. Like, but it's a fucking trap banger.
Of course.
Right?
mean,
and like I
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
well, and like
fucking
I'm
great song.
trying to emulate that. Like,
Yeah.
you can be
Yeah, I'm
real
excited to
without
see that, man.
being sad.
I mean,
Yeah.
on a
Well, that
smaller
sounds
scale,
good.
I'd say, like, even Tyler's Lonely, like, it's not that extent, but it is, like, it's really
Yeah.
good. It sounds really good, but he is talking about
think-
his loneliness.
Are you talking about Mr. Lonely?
Yeah, Mr. Lonely.
Yeah. Mr. Lonely was really fucking good. I think
Yes.
that Boredom was probably my SOTY for 2017.
I think my favorite song on there was Boredom, so, yeah. Or not Boredom. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, like we were talking about Mr. Lonely. I did kind of change the subject.
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
I
bit,
meant
but,
to.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, like, Boredom is just like, the fucking hooks are crisp, the intro is crisp, that drum loop, oh my God, that's the tidiest fucking drum loop I've ever heard. It's like that, like, it's almost lo-fi, but it's like that acoustic sort of drum loop, but still got like some trap shit going on that like, it's, oh man,
Yeah.
it's a fucking good ass song. That's my
Yeah.
2017 SOTY for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Sorry, I run my mouth a lot.
No, you're fine.
No, it's fine, dude.
That's good for us.
That's what we like to see on a podcast, bro. Like, people who can just fucking talk and do this shit for us, you know?
I'm good at talking about bullshit, especially music. Y'all got me talking about music.
Definitely what I noticed is that you just know fucking everything, it feels like. You just know so
Well,
much
like,
shit. Like,
because the thing is, like,
with music.
you know, I might take it to a bummy space for a second, but like, man, I'm not gonna say my life ain't good. Like, I got a lot of good stuff going for me, and I'm thankful that, like, I wake up, I count my blessings. But like, there's just some bullshit that goes on, man, and you just, like, especially as a young person, like, you feel really powerless, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel powerless, like, as a young person,
That's just
especially
being
like
young.
with
I mean,
exactly, right? And like, but like, I fucking have a power fantasy. Like, I love Dragon Ball and God of War. Like, I want to be that big strong man.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was just such a stuck feeling place to be in. But then, like, for me, like, music just showed me this broader spectrum of emotion, and it made me realize my problems aren't unique, you know? Like, and like, not even like, I gravitate towards hip hop because for me, I find that hip hop is the closest music to traditional poetry. Like, with hip hop, it's not about the singing or the throwing of the voice. It is to an extent, especially with more modern stuff. But like, you are saying how it is to a meter and with a rhyme scheme, like, and so like, it just helped me realize.
You
like,
could say a lot more in a good. You could say a lot more in a good rap, or even just. You could say even more in a bad rap compared to, you could say way less in a good, like, just musically, like, a good musical, like, what am I saying? Sonnet? Like a sonnet or something?
Ballad is kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But like, no, and I totally agree. But like, so like, I really gravitated towards music, especially when my mental health really deteriorated. To speak with candor, I was ravaged in terms of my mental health. And like, you know what? Actually, not a lot of people know this. It's like pretty much just my brother and a couple friends. But fuck it, I'll just come say it publicly. Like, I've attempted. Like, you know, like, it's just like, you just get in this really stuck place sometimes, especially, and like, the thing with like depression on that scale is it's not sadness, it's just apathy, right? Like, nothing, like, good stuff doesn't make you happy, bad stuff doesn't make you sad, food doesn't taste like anything, like, you don't hate school, you don't hate anything, you just don't like anything, like, video games aren't fun anymore, like, it's so profoundly apathetic.
You
and
just
like,
feel
music,
like you have nothing really going for you.
And
nothing
like,
going against you. At the same time, you feel like if you were gone, like, it wouldn't matter.
I feel like everyone's felt that at one point.
Yeah.
Well, totally, right? And like, so, but the thing about music for me is that, like, music, your brain is hardwired to get music at least a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, you play a D minor chord, that there's something that rings in your head that makes you sad. Or you play an E major and there's something that rings in your head that makes you kind of feel like a hero, you know? Like, you're hard coded to feel something when music's going on. And so with, you know, I was raised musically, like, I had the blessing of being able to take piano from a young age, and like, I was always interested in creating music. But what made me really latch on to music super hard was, like, it literally was, for a time, the only way I could feel fucking anything. Right?
I've
and
definitely
like,
been there, yeah.
So like, the reason I'm such a music nerd, man, is because, like,
it saved you, really.
Would you say? And not even just that, but like, I would sit down and find an album and just listen to it cover to cover, and I didn't care if it was good, I didn't care if it was bad. I'm just trying to feel along with the artist. And that's another thing I love about hip hop, is it's authentic.
Yeah.
Good hip hop is authentic, right? Like,
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm so happy that, like, within hip hop, a lot of these barriers are being torn down. Like, you don't have to be black anymore to make good hip hop, you know what I mean? Like, and like,
point, you know,
I know that's like kind of a hot button thing to say, but like, seriously, like, that is a big development. Like, people thought that wall got torn down with like Eminem and D12, but like, let's be real, it didn't. White people listen to white person hip hop and black people listen to black person hip hop, but like, it's sorry, not saying like, you know, that you have to or anything, but like, that's just culturally, that's like how it shook out.
Yeah.
But with this whole like, yeah, but like with this whole internet wave, it's like, as long as you're being real and you're being you, like, you have a shot. And that's where the best hip hop comes from, and that's why I got rid of Kudos, right?
Yeah.
Like, Kudos was not me. Like, Kudos was not the person I was. Kudos was me blowing out my persona and taking how I wanted to cope with loneliness and these negative emotions, and then telling people that's what I was doing when it's not.
Yeah.
So like, with regards to like music and hip hop and stuff, and like, again, huge tangent for you just saying like, oh, it seems like you know everything. Like, dude, that was all I had.
Yeah.
Like, my family went to shit, my friends fucking ditched me. I went from being the king of Loserville to the biggest loser in like months. I like lost my like the best job I've ever had. I like lost someone who was super close to me. Like, lost.
Yeah.
And like, the defense mechanism with like me, who already had like a propensity to like, you know, shut down and drift away and you know, be a lonely piece of shit, was like, you know, I gotta have my fucking tunes, you know?
Yeah.
It's a crazy like opposite of me, where like, well, I mean, not opposite, but like, I actually didn't listen to like any specific music or anything like that until 2014. So like, I actually was like, it was just basically like game soundtracks. That's like what I liked until 2014.
Dude, game soundtracks are the most underappreciated form of music
Agreed.
ever.
Yeah,
Agreed.
of course.
I am frankly frustrated that there is not a Grammy category for video game soundtracks.
Me too.
I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I well, like,
Yeah, now
I'm not
that's
even
in my head, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
well, like, I'm not even trying to be, I guess it like kind of makes sense, because you don't really have soundtrack albums usually. Like, sometimes you do, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, especially for indie games when
Shovel
they need the
Knight.
spare cash. Yeah. But like, so I guess it kind of makes sense with Grammys, because they can't really go platinum. Like, Grammys aren't really critical. They're more like, you know, numbers showboating.
Yeah.
But like, dude, video game music is such an intense art form for me, because like, well, for a lot of people, because you have to convey emotion, theme,
Yeah,
setting,
there's just so much that
pacing.
goes into it, way more than you know, normal music. You know?
Totally, and
You have to get,
typically
like, a
without
whole
vocals.
orchestra pretty much in.
Yeah.
Dude, if I want to
like,
cry, all I gotta do is just listen to Katamari, and I'll be happy. So happy that I'll cry.
dude,
Hey.
the Katamari Damacy opening theme song.
It's so
oh
good.
My fucking god.
It's so good.
Of course, man.
La 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 la.
It's just so upbeat and
Katamari
happy, bro.
Damacy.
All of
Oh,
the
dude,
sounds
it's
are.
like-
Yeah.
Dude, and it's so fucking funny, because I've never played a game of Katamari Damacy in my life.
Really?
And
It's
when
just so
I was, like,
memorable. Yeah.
well, when I was getting rocked and was like in super bad vibe sphere, that's the fucking song I listened to.
Really?
That and Kiro Kiro Benito. I listened to Kiro Kiro Benito. I don't want to sound like a hipster, but I listened to them before the meme blow up,
Yeah.
you know?
Flamingo, yeah.
Yeah, but like, so like, they have a lot. Like, if you just need the pinkest, most bubblegummy, feel-good pop music ever, go listen to like Lip Slap or Jumping by Kiro Kiro Benito.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like
especially Duncan.
those songs, they're not like vapid, like life is great, like go do your thing songs.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of are, but like Jumping is literally, the message of the song is like, dude, fuck bad vibes, get a trampoline. Like, it's just so absurd.
It's just
Yeah.
so lighthearted and absurd
No,
that it's kind of
so-
like in its own childish way, like very
Yeah, right?
inspirational.
Yeah, it's just like that infantile happiness that like everyone's craving. Like Kiro Kiro Benito is like that.
Yeah.
Of
Also,
course.
the best joke I've ever made that no one heard. Someone was talking about their new diet, and they said they made a keto burrito, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, didn't they write flamingo?" And no one fucking got it, and I
No
was
one
so
got it?
sad.
Damn.
Yeah, no one got it.
Didn't we mention keto last podcast, Brett? I feel like we did.
we
Dude.
we did with beans.
Yeah. I think so.
Dude, I did keto for 6 weeks, lost 20 pounds, and then realized I wasn't strong enough.
Oh wow. I mean that's a crazy amount
I'm
of
at
weight
this,
though.
I'm at this point where I'm just so little weight that I'm just tired all the time. It's just like,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've struggled with being overweight my whole fucking life.
I've
I
been struggling
was
with underweight my whole life. Yeah.
I was
And
extremely
just, like,
fat when I
always
was
tired.
young, and now I'm extremely underweight. So
I'm
Dude, if only I
extremely
could be so
skinny,
lucky.
and then I was extremely skinny, and you know.
The thing is though, like I can get away with a little bit of chub because what most people don't realize about me if they only know me from like social media and stuff, like
yeah.
some people have seen like photos of me on my like Insta story or my Snap story or something standing next to a normal size human,
Yeah.
and they'll hit me up being like, I thought you were a lot smaller.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm like 6'2", 220 pounds.
I swear,
My
I
wing-
thought you were gonna be around 6'2". Like I thought you were gonna be tall.
Oh yeah, it's weird because like a lot of people don't think so. I think it kind of comes with the turf of like being like a sad boy and like a goth boy, right? Like that's usually like skinny small guys, and like
Yeah, me.
I obviously don't look skinny. Like I'm not someone who looks skinny, but I think people assume I'm like stockier than I am. And then they meet me in meat space, and it's like, oh no, I'm just like actually huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a
My
lot of-
brother
I
is
don't know.
even bigger than me.
They're,
My
like,
brother is 6'5".
oh, damn.
Yeah, he's a big lad.
My brother's a fucking giant, and I'm just like kind of all right. Yeah.
Everyone's taller than
Well-
me.
Did my shit just hold up?
I remember I was in Vancouver a little while ago, and I just like put on my Instagram story like, yeah, I'm in Van for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had like one fan reach out to me, my one Vancouver fan who knows me through Rose, and I had my car, so I picked him up and we hung out for a bit.
It's awesome.
Nice.
And the first thing he said was, "You're so much bigger than I thought you'd be."
Yeah.
I'm not trying to humble brag right now. Like I would give
no.
anything to be like a 5'8", 120 twink.
Oh man, that's me except 20 pounds lighter. Or yeah, I am 20 pounds lighter than that. That's what I'm saying.
You're $1.
I'm
okay?
I'm $1.
You're 100 pounds even. How the fuck are you alive, cunt?
I don't know.
Same with me.
I don't know, man.
Dude, y'all are tiny. I
Yeah.
could.
But
If you guys
he's
hugged
6
real
foot.
tight, I could bench you.
Of course.
Yeah, man. Weirdly stereotype.
that was
of
that
the
was
sad
a
boy.
humble brag.
Yeah.
100% a humble brag.
I mean, go ahead with it.
Well, 200 bench is not that big of a brag.
No.
Hashtag forever chest. But like yeah, it's weird. I think people like I think it's just the goth boy shit.
Yeah.
Like people assume I'm gonna be smaller than I am. But it's so funny because like my torso is kind of squat. Like I just got long legs and a long wingspan. So like one time I was sitting at a party and I just had my fake nails done. I had my color contact in and I was wearing eyeliner and eyeshadow. And like a guy like kind of mean mugs me and like looks at my like nails and shit and is like looking me up and down, kind of be like, what a fucking fag, right?
Yeah.
And I just kind of stood up. And then he stopped mean mugging me.
Yeah. I mean,
because
That's nice.
he realized I had like a buck on him.
yeah. Yeah, that's
that is another humble brag.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, cool.
No,
I'll
it's,
cut it
go
out.
ahead with it, man.
Bro, it's time for me to humble brag. I'm small,
Okay.
so I can eat whatever, and like, but I also I don't like eating food. That's the
Yeah.
thing. That why I'm small is because I don't like eating food. So like,
Same.
the whole thing is that like, if I can eat whatever I want, but I don't want to eat, like, what's the point?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just a slave. I'm a slave to Taco Bell, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you could.
All I'm saying is they got that fucking double layer taco big box right now. Holy shit.
Dude, whenever I eat it, I'm getting 3 quesadillas. That's what I
We don't
always
even
say.
have quesadillas in Canada.
Really? They're good.
Yeah, dude. Although the thing is, we don't have Nacho Supreme. We have Fries Supreme.
That's weird.
Yeah. So instead of doing Nacho Supreme, they just put the Supreme toppings on fries.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Well, I mean, it's like a nacho poutine.
I was gonna say it's like
Oh,
poutine
wait.
though.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Thank God. You actually know what poutine is.
Yes, of course. I have a bunch of Canadian friends.
Oh wow. Look at you.
They're all.
You wouldn't know them. They live in Canada.
Yeah, you wouldn't know them. They're all in Hamilton.
Hamilton, Ontario.
Yep.
Mm.
Dude, fuck Ontario.
I don't like Ontario.
Fuck the entire province of Ontario. Dude, provinces of Canada that can hang, all right?
Yeah.
Northwest Territories. That's
Yeah.
a territory, but they can hang. British Columbia, certain parts of Saskatchewan, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia. Actually, and parts of Quebec. Those are the provinces that can hang.
I'm trying
Quebec
to
for
imagine
sure,
like
yeah.
I'm trying to imagine like the rapper beef that's like West Side Canada versus East.
Dude, the thing about Western Canada and Eastern Canada, man, is it's almost like a fucking different country.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so big. I mean.
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing with the states, right?
Yeah,
like, go to the
exactly.
south, go to fucking Louisiana, and then go to California.
But
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's weird though with Canada because we are all pretty similar.
Yeah.
But like with East and West Coast, there's just so many minutia that add up that we're just like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like people would kind of assume I'm from Seattle before they would before they would assume I'm from Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they'd assume like Washington or like Oregon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and that's like most of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Except for unless you're Chinese, then you're pretty Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not even trying to be like funny or anything. Like we just have a lot of Chinese immigrants in
Yeah.
the West Coast. Yeah. Love them. Great people. They run the fucking sick Asian grocery on Thurlow, where I always get a huge ramen when I'm in Vancouver.
Hmm.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not blessed enough to live in Vancouver. I live in a fucking valley outside of Vancouver,
yeah.
about 4 hours away,
Well, I mean,
across a highway.
it seems like the Canada and like U.S. things are kind of different. Like where it's not just like the South and then the North are pretty weird. It's also like just specific places have really weird things that just change. Like
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Like, go. Well, you can go ahead. I cut you off.
I mean, like New York and California seem very similar, but then if you like actually go to both of them, they're very weirdly different too.
Okay, here's the thing. I met a New Yorker one time when I
Yeah.
was abroad.
Yeah.
And I fucking, as a joke, and like, you know what? Not a very good joke. So like, if the receipts get pulled, let me know that I'm prefacing it right now.
Yeah.
Twitter horde.
Yeah.
Not a great joke, but I literally just said, "Oh, Beth Shalom." And he fucking pulls out his Star of David necklace and goes, "My brother," and gives me a fucking hug. And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm in too deep."
For real. Yeah.
Well, and it's just because I live right next to the synagogue for my town, and they have
Yeah.
Beth Shalom on the sign.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, if you just say Shalom, you're racist, but if you say Beth Shalom, like you can hang."
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that's how it's like out here. I'm very close to New York and stuff, and there's a lot of like Jewish people, a lot of cool people.
Is Florida close to New York?
No, I am in Florida. He's somewhere.
I'm
Oh, right.
not in Florida. I'm in Connecticut. So, yeah.
Dude, that's like the North Dakota of the states that aren't North Dakota.
I know it is. Yeah, it's
Doesn't exist.
there's nothing fucking going on around here. The only good part about it is that it's closer to New York.
I was
That's
gonna
it.
say.
It's literally
You guys
just
ever
New
been
York's
to
little
Vermont?
brother. Vermont?
No.
All the time, bro.
I've
It's
driven
just north.
through it.
What's it like?
It's a
Nothing.
lot of skiers. They got some good food.
Huh. I've always been curious about Vermont.
I
don't
lived
know
in Hawaii for 7 years of my life, so I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, that was
I didn't
was
know about this,
most of my
Roy.
life. Yep.
Yeah,
That was
Dude, that's wild.
I'm a
That's
Navy
wild.
boy.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet a seriously overweight Polynesian guy running a shrimp stand?
Yes, I used to get beat up by him all the time.
Damn,
Amen,
bro.
brother.
Same.
That was supposed to be a Hawaii Five-0 reference.
Yeah, I get it, but
This Subway sandwich is so good.
Jared
the
lost
best line of
weight.
the whole
I'm
show.
trying to lose weight too.
Oh, that joke aged so poorly.
Yeah.
Dude,
Anything
Jared is a
Jared.
cursed name.
Yeah. Well,
Jared
Yeah,
from
that's-
Subway, pro
people
Jared.
naming their kids Jared like dropped like so much after like the whole allegations thing.
Well,
But
dude,
it's
and
been picking
fucking
up
now-
recently, so I don't know.
Dude, if you have a kid named Jared, he's destined to be a dork or a raper of some kind.
Yeah,
that doesn't bode
and
well
and
for
that's
me.
what Jared and Pro Jared are both of those. So
Yeah.
not raper,
Yeah,
not
dude.
raper actually.
Well, I would say Jared from Subway wasn't a dork. He was just kind of a normie.
Yeah.
He was very normal.
I have a picture.
Didn't
of
have that.
him.
He didn't have that well social skills.
Yeah,
when it
and
came
then
to,
he
like,
went and
being
fucked a couple
public.
kids.
Then he did, yeah, and that's when he went pretty downhill. But I mean, who knows?
It's hard to not go downhill.
I mean,
after
at
something
least he
like
made
that.
Subway, so that's
He didn't
that's the
make
good
Subway,
part.
but
I mean,
he was a
yeah.
mascot.
Oh wait,
Mr.
yeah.
Jared Subway.
Yeah, Mr. Jared
Yeah.
Subway.
I have
Creator of
I have a
Subway.
picture of him hanging on my wall right now.
Dude, that's
Oh,
kind
Of
of
course you do, you fucking meme lord.
that's kind of epic.
I'll show you the picture. Chris put this up.
Put the picture of Jared in Roy's
Yeah.
room up now.
It's
Do you
a-
wake
it's
up
in the
every morning
general.
and praise it like Allah?
Dude,
Yeah,
of course my fucking first podcast appearance is with a bunch of fucking goofy gamer teenagers.
of course.
Of
yeah.
bro.
There you
I
go.
The
mean-
very thing I swore to destroy.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're fine.
dude.
Well,
Yeah.
and you guys are actually good to talk to. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, we get to talk to you about music, man. I love
Yeah.
music, even though I haven't
love
been
talking
into it
about
long.
music.
Bro, you got SoundCloud rapper and gamer. So,
Dude, I'm a massive fucking gamer. People don't realize that me not being a dork anymore doesn't mean I don't play video games anymore.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
far we've
Fuck on
only
video
had
games.
gamers on this podcast. Bonito, big Pokemon gamer. Beans is Beans.
and then we're
Prince
having this.
Computer.
Oh wait, I'm not gonna say his name. I did this last time too. I said your
Yeah.
name
Spoiled
on.
the guest.
Yeah, I said your name on the Bonito podcast, and then
Oh,
we had
dude,
to
that's
bleep it
fine.
out.
Oh, that's what
Um,
we bleeped out. I was like
Yeah.
re-listening, and I was like, "What the fuck could he have
What
said?"
what was the context?
I was just
remember.
like excited about you being on, so I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have Prince Computer on." Oh, and then he was like, "We're gonna have to bleep that out."
I literally
you
said
guys
like
flattered me.
seconds after that, I was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah,
like
you did.
it's in the episode. It's just a beep noise and then me saying, "Shut the fuck up" right now.
You know what? I just realized I think we've been going for about.
It's
2
been an hour and a
hours?
half or
Yeah.
an hour.
Oh,
and
dude,
20
that's fine.
minutes.
That's
Yeah.
the thing is, I noticed we'd been going for an hour, and then I was like, you know what? I thought this was.
I was
be more
gonna end
boring
this
than it
like
is.
20
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
ago, but now I was like, "Fuck it."
Dude, just have a longer episode.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm your best guest.
Sorry,
I'm your
Chris.
best guest.
You've
So
been
far,
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, Beans, Bonito, who cares, dude?
I was-
They're both blue.
I was kidding, but shit.
Come on, I mean,
I don't know. I have an inflated opinion in myself.
Nah,
Yeah.
y'all, all of y'all have been as great as each other.
not being.
None
Well, I
of
don't know.
y'all,
When-
none
when
of
are we
y'all
gonna
have
call
been
this thing?
better than one another. So
What were you saying?
I don't know. I've been straight up enjoying this chat, so like I'm
Yeah.
down to call it whenever.
Oh yeah.
of course, man.
But yeah, dude, fuck. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Whatever. Oh yeah, talking about the video games, man. I'm a competitive Smash player.
Who's your main?
For Melee, which I don't really play competitively anymore
And
because
yeah.
of Ultimate.
Yeah.
I was a Samus Luigi main.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm more of an Ultimate man. So what's your main in that?
So I have quite a few pocket characters that
Mm-hmm.
I play pretty well. I'm gonna be real with you right now. The reason I switched to Ultimate is because it's easy. Like Ultimate is easy melee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of fun just kind of dumpstering kids in the local scene with
Yeah.
Ridley is technically my main right now.
Oh really?
Which is so funny because people are always like, oh, whatever, like, bottom tier trash, I'm going to bop this Ridley. And then I fucking dumpster them. Like, people don't realize that just because Ridley is low tier doesn't mean he doesn't have stuff.
I don't
Like-
understand people who just say like they just look at the tier list and they're like, okay, that means this character is bad, like automatically.
Dude, the tier list does
Yeah.
not fucking matter for
Yeah.
any tournament that isn't a major or bigger.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
of course. I used to
Like-
I used to play a lot of Wii U, just like all that shit. But like I used to main Lucina and fuck people up. Like
Dude, I didn't play Smash for Wii U until Bayonetta came out, and then I bought her, and
yeah.
literally the first day I owned her, I went to a tournament and started winning.
That's
Of course.
amazing.
Well, like,
She was
dude,
really
here's
powerful there.
Dude, I know she was busted, but like, she's in the video game. You can play her too, you fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me. It's like, do you know how many people played Meta Knight in Brawl or
Oh,
Fox
I know.
in Melee?
Of course.
It's like, dude, tier whores are always gonna exist, and like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually someone who's not a tier whore at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
but-
I didn't even know any of the tiers like for so long.
the thing is though, I hated Smash 4,
Really?
but like, oh yeah, until Bayonetta came out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
'cause,
used
like,
to
here's-
play very competitive with Smash 4, but then Infinite or what's it called?
Ultimate.
Ultimate came out, and I was like, I just played a lot more like casually and shit.
Like, here's the thing I like about Melee and why I stuck with Melee. And it's because I got into competitive Smash around 2015. So Smash 4 had already been out for about a year. The thing I liked about Melee was you can just outskill people.
Yeah.
Like, you can be playing against a pretty solid Fox as a Samus. Like, I was a Samus player. But the thing is, if my platform movement and my no impact lands and my, like, fucking wave dash back F tilt stuffs and my, like if I am faster, if I hit more buttons and know which buttons to hit, and I'm not just doing easy bake auto combos, I win. Like, that game, until you get to the absolute top level, like, matchup charts do not exist in Melee until you're at the absolute top level. And then you get to a game like Smash 4, where the meta is so simple. It's a super defensive meta, which I hate.
Yeah.
Defensive games are fucking boring. Like, I don't want someone to tell me how to play because they're playing campy.
Yeah.
But then also it was fucking so matchup dependent. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because every character had the exact same optimum play, unless they're like a super janky character like Pac-Man or like even like Corrin to an extent because of the weird pin mechanics. But like Ultimate, I find, is a really happy medium. Like, there is matchup dependency.
Yeah.
But you can still kind of outskill people.
It's just kind of
the reason I liked Bayonetta in Smash 4, and Bayonetta made me like Smash 4. One, obviously, because I started winning more. Like, she's an easy fucking character, whatever. But also because Bayonetta, you can't camp out a Bayonetta. You cannot camp out a Bayonetta.
Yeah.
You can camp out a Fox.
She's got a lot of range.
Even though well, totally, right? And like you can camp out a Fox because even though he's the best pure rushdown character in the game, like, or I guess Cloud's technically rushdown, but he's a sortie, so it doesn't really count. Like, and so that's the thing about Ultimate is that, like, yes, you can play campy, but you can't really camp people out, right? Like, Snake can make his little safe zone and make the, like, you know, nade do not cross.
Yeah.
But there are ways around that as any character. Like, I beat Snakes with my Ridley.
Yeah.
And
you can
Ridley
basically
is a
say that
big character.
you can play campy, but you're not necessarily gonna win that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
camping is hard. Camping
Yeah.
is hard in Ultimate. It's not easy to camp anymore. Especially with, like, the new roll mechanics and, like, there's, like, offensive options got super buffed with the new dash engine. Like,
Yeah.
It's reached a
I
point
love
where
this
like
Ultimate.
there's so many characters, it's hard to like, you know, nerf and buff and like figure out how to work everyone out to keep them equal playing grounds. But they just didn't handle it that well in 4. They just didn't care. They didn't really.
yeah, the balancing in 4 was pretty atrocious.
the
Like,
balancing
thing,
was so. Yeah.
It's funny because, like, Smash 4 had the melee balance problem. Where, like, with melee, your top 12 characters, your top 8 characters, you'll frequently see winning majors. Your top 12 can theoretically win majors. Your bottom 12 can't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, unless you have been a low-tier hero since 2001 when the game came out,
Yeah.
being a low-tier main in Melee is bad fucking news. And it was the exact same shit with Smash 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing with Smash 4 is that when you can't outskill people and you have a campy meta, the best characters, the gap is going to be so huge because there's no skill gap to close the character gap.
Yeah.
Like, Smash 4, you had so few options in neutral. Like, you could dash, you could roll, or you could jump. Whereas in Melee, you can dash, you can roll, you can wave dash, you can wave land, you can, like, do short hop fast fall, L cancel shit.
Yeah.
Of
Like,
course. There's just so
an
many
ultimate-
like shit that you can do.
Yeah, right? So, like, if you have a character who can consistently beat shield, jump, and roll, there's nothing your opponent can fucking do unless, or except for pick that character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Meta Knight in Brawl. Like, Meta Knight was just so oppressive in the slowest engine Smash has ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
Meta Knight, Brawl Meta Knight in Melee would be like a high tier, but he wouldn't be a meta ruiner.
No.
But they just put a Melee character in Brawl, right? Like,
Yeah.
so there's no options it's just options, right? Like that's all competitive fighting games is options, the options you have. And I find that Ultimate strikes a really good balance.
Yeah.
Since
It's
last
definitely-
And that's why it's easy.
since last episode was our E3 episode, we should probably ask you about what did you think about those the 2 new characters that are in.
I didn't grow up with an N64. I grew up
Yeah.
with a GameCube.
Yeah.
Same.
So Banjo didn't do a lot for me.
Yeah, no.
And I didn't really want a new sortie in Smash. So like,
Yeah, the hero
wasn't
was
in
just
love
very
with Hero.
underwhelming, and I was like, all right, this is gonna suck. And then Banjo came out, and I like Banjo because of his design, and like he looks like an alright
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And he's definitely like Duck Hunt dog and shit, like too, pretty much. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Well, the thing about Hero for me though is that he was bar none the most requested character in Japan.
Really?
So like, so on Japanese Twitter, there were literally Japanese fans who were like posting videos of them crying at the news. Like Dragon Quest is huge overseas.
They got a lot
Yeah.
of representation in like Japan and stuff, but like only recently have like America has been getting their representation. Like, and it's nice.
Fire Emblem does better in the West than in
I
Japan.
love Fire
Yeah.
Emblem.
Yeah, right? Like Fire Emblem does not do well in Japan. Well,
No.
I might be wrong on that, but I think I'm
It
right.
does okay, but it doesn't do
It's
as
pretty
well
much.
as it does here.
It does better.
Well, yeah,
here.
and like I find that a lot of the newer characters have been striking a pretty good balance
Mm-hmm.
between Japan and the West.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks as a Metroid fan because Metroid not only is one of Nintendo's worst selling franchises, it's their worst selling franchise that sells really well in the West, right? Like Japan does not give a fuck about Metroid.
Yeah.
So like I was genuinely shocked when they put Ridley in, and I was stoked because again, huge Metroid fan.
Yeah.
But like it's pretty cool that like Japan gets some straight up Japanese representation.
Yeah.
And like I'm a sucker for Akira Toriyama's art, man. Like Akira Toriyama, his art style is just so distinct. So like having the hero in Smash, it's really like having a Dragon Ball character. you
I
know?
noticed he looked a lot like a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, it's because Akira Toriyama did the character designs for Dragon Quest.
Got it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's the original author of the Dragon Ball manga as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's the mangaka for that, I guess is the word.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a weeaboo or anything, but like I try to keep up with that stuff.
Yeah.
Koiwa Weeaboo. Fucking.
But yeah, no. So like, and it's cool to get some Akira Toriyama representation in Smash. Like that's huge. Even if it's not a Dragon Ball character, like I think the people who want Goku in Smash can fucking keep dreaming.
Yeah.
But like, dude, my fingers are crossed for Doom Guy. I think Doom Guy in Smash would be so
Doom
fucking
Guy.
funny, man.
That'd be so funny. Yeah.
It would be nice to have like a lot of more Microsoft characters like Banjo, but I doubt they're gonna add like, a lot of people are saying, dude, now that Banjo's in, that's a Microsoft IP. We can have Minecraft Steve,
And Master
Well,
Chief.
and
but they
Master
just need
Chief,
to
and it's
they
just
need
like
to
they're not
understand
gonna do
that
two.
that
Dude, imagine if Master Chief was in Smash.
Yeah.
that'd be so funny. But the reason why like he got in rather than any other Microsoft IP is because he was bought in by a different company, like by Rareware. Like Rareware is bought by Microsoft, but they are still their own company, so they
Yeah.
can still like. But I don't think Microsoft's gonna give away an IP to Nintendo. They're
What
like
I was-
direct competitors.
Yeah. What I was stoked about for E3 was fucking Doom Eternal and Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite.
That looks cool.
Halo 3. Halo 3 raised me, dude.
Yes.
So like, I'm stoked for
Of
Infinite,
course, yeah.
especially the return to the art style. 5 was ridiculously underwhelming. 4 was like a dumpster fire. But Infinite, like I love the return to the old art style and stuff, and like that's gonna be fire. And like Doom Eternal, dude. Have you guys played Doom 2016?
No, I didn't.
Yes, I have.
Oh my god, you need to play it.
I
It
will.
is just the most excellent return to form for single player arcade shooters.
It looked
It was
like
really fun. Yeah.
Well,
it was
dude,
just
it's so
to
fun,
fucking
and
go
like,
through. I didn't like the multiplayer.
well, and like the thing, I really did like the multiplayer actually.
Really.
Which,
I
like,
think it
I know
just
is a
kinda
bit of a-
died
it's-
out really quick. That is the thing.
Yeah,
I got
it is a
pretty
bit of a
late.
hot take. Like I know a lot of people didn't love the multiplayer, and I will say it is unbalanced as shit. Like it's not
For real.
competitive, But like it's really got those like old school arena shooter vibes. And one thing I really like is the armor customization system. It's super reminiscent of like Golden Age Halo, like Reach and stuff.
I bet if I played with friends and shit, then we would have had a great time. But I just played by myself on my Switch, and fuck it.
Yeah, show enough. But and like I literally just said, like I love the power fantasy, right? Like and
Yeah.
Doom Guy is the ultimate power fantasy. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't even
absolutely.
fucking speak. He's just so pissed off that he kills hell.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
thing, it's kind of like comedic, some of the stuff, like where he's like just smashing
Oh, yeah.
everything, like just computers and stuff where he'll just like smash it to get it to work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I strongly recommend Doom 2016 to like anyone who enjoys single player games.
Yeah.
And like watch a speedrun of it too. That shit's nuts.
Oh, crazy.
There's
Yeah.
it was published by Bethesda, so we do have to have a game breaking bug in there. There's so the physics engine has like that Havoc engine problem where it's tied to frame rate. But they mostly fixed it. Like huge props to id, they fixed a broken engine.
Yeah.
Mostly. And there was a byproduct of that where if your frame rate is super high and you hit like just the appropriate vertex of a rounded edge, it'll calculate you like I don't claim to understand all of the science super well, but it'll calculate you falling off faster than the gravity engine is working or something stupid like that, and you'll just launch. So like the speedrun strats for some of the levels is literally aim at the right pixel, jump at the right time, and zoop to the end of the level.
That's
when I was watching a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild like speedrun recently, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like they jump on like a bokoblin or whatever, and they just go flying across the map. It was crazy.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was something I was so excited for until I found out it had weapon degradation, and as soon as I found out, I never even considered buying it ever again.
Really?
I had fun playing
We-
it.
Yeah, I liked it a
weapon
lot.
degradation is the most fun-killing bullshit mechanic on the planet.
I agree,
is.
kind of, because of how quickly
I don't know.
things degrade.
All the weapons were really like interesting and cool to use, so like it really got me using them. But I don't know.
Like the Witcher 3, amazing game that I did not enjoy until I got a mod to turn off weapon degradation.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, if someone like I know it's supposed to like promote experimentation, but the thing is, bad players of video games don't want to experiment.
Yeah.
Good players of video games want to experiment until they can min-max, and then they don't want to experiment.
Yeah.
So, like, I find that weapon degradation is just the worst of both worlds. Casual
Yeah.
players are forced to experiment rather than find a cozy strat,
Yeah,
which
it's just,
I think
like, to
hurts
this-
replay value.
Everyone reaches their point where they're just like, I like this weapon, I'm gonna fucking use it every time.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
now you can't.
And then hardcore players can't min-max
It's kind of like
because your weapons break.
like I know everyone compares anything to Dark Souls, but Dark Souls like with no weapon degradation, where like you could just most people just keep that one, like they'll keep one weapon and they'll keep it forever.
Well, yeah, but then but the thing is, for most players of Dark Souls, beating it is a fucking achievement,
Yeah, it is.
right? Like, and so if you're someone who can consistently beat Dark Souls, it's because you love that game, and
Yes.
you're gonna experiment on your own merits.
Yeah, I
like,
do have one of those friends who like is up like 10 hours a day, playing Dark Souls just so he can get through every single game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, and like, did you just hear about that guy who ran through every Souls game back to back without taking a hit?
Damn.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Every Souls game except for Demons
Yeah.
and Bloodborne, because he was
Oh,
on
yeah.
PC. So
well,
I,
I mean,
I
it's
guess
also
it's Souls 1 to 3.
it's not a Souls game. It's just,
Oh no, sorry. He did do Demons, just not Bloodborne. Only not Bloodborne. Demons to 3, all the way through, front to back, not one hit.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
It took him
insane.
like 10 months of
There's
daily
just
attempts.
some people who just get so committed to this stuff, like speedrunners or just like people who just do stuff like that. When it comes to games like that, it's just like people find their own ways to play it, and it's just like crazy. Like, how long did that take him? Did it like, do you know?
10 months, he said.
Oh yeah, 10
months.
months.
Oh, my
Or
bad.
something
My
like
shit's
that, something
lagging.
stupid like that, of like daily attempts.
Damn.
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure the story goes that he was close to quitting when he finally did it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
insane.
I hate to be the one to call it, but I do got to wrap this up. I got places to
Oh,
be
yeah,
in the
yeah.
near future.
I was
But,
gonna say
thank you
I was
guys-
gonna call it soon too.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you guys very, very much for having me on.
Of course.
It's been a
It's
genuine
been really
pleasure.
nice to have you on. You've been one of the most
wonderful.
podcast friendly appearances that we've had.
Mhm.
So,
Well, thank you.
We'll make
yeah.
sure to put all your links in the description, so go check them
yeah,
out.
just like send that shit over.
Yeah, sounds good. If I could do a quick little plug.
yes.
Of course.
New tape, Dread Prince, coming out probably mid-July. Depends on how much work I get done on it. Continuation of the Prince trilogy, if you follow my work. It's going to be awesome. Going to have a lot of cool new collaborations, doing some work with some local talent, Dead Rose, Indigo. So love if you guys can check that out in the near future. Like I said, my links are going to be or around somewhere. So check those out.
Like he's saying, if you just haven't listened to him, just fucking listen to him. He's great. And if you have listened to him more. So this has been the Loser Squad podcast. Roy Somber, Lifetime Vibes. Also Chris in the description, our editor, and Prince Computer. It's been nice having you on. And
Chris has got a
we're
lot
gonna
to
go.
work.
He's got a lot to work on. Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck.
Sorry.
It's been like an hour 40 something minutes, or hour 30 something
Hour
minutes.
40, 36.
Yeah, about. And we'll see you guys on the next episode where we'll have someone. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.